Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today's video lesson, we're going to be looking at grade 11 maths algebra simultaneous equations. In a previous video, we already covered the November 2019 paper 1 question, which is this question here, 1.2 on simultaneous equations. So let's just look at what came out in, let's say, 2018 paper 1 November. And as you can see here, it says solve for x and y simultaneously. You've got y plus x equals to 2. That's your linear equation. And x squared plus 3xy plus 8 equals to 0 is your quadratic equation. In this particular example, you would either make y or x the subject of the equation. As discussed in my previous video, we're looking for a variable with a coefficient of 1. So therefore, we can have y equals x, and we can call that equation 3, or we could have x equals to 2 minus y. We could also call that equation 3, and then we'll substitute. Remember that will be called equation 1, and that will be called equation 2, and we'll just substitute equation 3 in equation 2. That's how we would now do that particular question. In the November 2017 paper, we've got 1.2 here. See, here in this particular question, you'll call that equation 1, you'll call that equation 2. Then here you'll say from equation 1, x equals to 1 minus 2y. So all I'm simply doing is I'm moving this 2y to the right-hand side. So it's 1 minus 2y, and I'll call that equation 3. And then I'll just substitute equation 3 in equation 2, and that would be the best way for me to actually do that question. Now let's see in the November 2016 paper. Here you've got solve for x and y simultaneously. 3x minus y plus 2 equals 0, and y equals to minus x squared plus 2x plus 8. So in this particular example, once again, we'll call this equation 1. So that will be called equation 1. And that will be called equation 2. Now from our linear equation, so we'll say from equation 1, and as you can see here, the best thing for me to do now is to move this negative y to the right hand side. So it's going to be y, which will now equals 2, 3x plus 2, 3x plus 2. See? We'll just leave the 3x plus 2 on the left hand side, and we'll just move this negative y to the right hand side. It becomes positive y, and I'll call that equation 3. And then from there, now I'm just going to substitute equation 3 in equation 2. And there's equation 2 in my quadratic equation. Now let's complete this particular example. And then what you can do is you can look at November 2017 paper 1 and the November 2018 paper 1. You can look at those questions. Alternatively, if you want to, you can now pause the video here and come back to it at a little later stage and check whether you got the same answers. Right? So you have options. Remember, life is all about choices. Now, so you got your substitute equation 3 in equation 2. So that means now wherever we got y, we are going to put 3x plus 2. So therefore, 3x plus 2, so we'll write down 3x plus 2 equals to minus x squared plus 2x plus 8. And now we're going to solve for x. You can see we've eliminated one unknown by substitution. So therefore, let's make this a standard form of a quadratic equation. So that'll be 0 there. So it'll be minus x squared. If I bring this 3x over to the right hand side, it'll be 2x minus 3x is minus x. If I bring this plus 2 over to the right hand side, it'll be 8 minus 2 is 6. So that'll be positive 6. So now if I multiply, or if I divide by negative 1, I'll get x squared plus x minus 6. 0 is 2. The right hand side now is a quadratic equation which I'm going to factorize by inspection. X squared is x times x. Now let's look at the factors of 6 when multiplied together to give me minus 6, but when added together to give me positive 1. Remember, the factors of 6 is 1, 2, 3, and 6. As you can see, we're going to use 2 and 3. So 2 and 3, I'm going to make that plus and minus, always check your factorization. X times x is x squared, minus 2 times plus 3 is minus 6. Inner terms minus 2x, outer terms plus 3x. If I add them up, I'll get plus x. So therefore x equals to 2 or x equals to minus 3. Now let's substitute in equation 3 because that's already in terms of y. So let's put that in there. So now we're going to substitute x equals to 2. So we'll get y equals 2. Let's put 2 over here. So you're going to get 3 times 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. So therefore y is going to equal to 8 here. And here y will equal to 2. Let's put minus 3 in here. So let's put minus 3. So you put minus 3 there. 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. Minus 9 plus 2 is minus 7. So you're going to get minus 7 there. Minus 7. So therefore these are my solutions, 2 and 8 and minus 3 and minus 7, solving simultaneously. Learners, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to JL Maths. Also like my Facebook page, Justin Lazarus Mathematics. And you can watch all videos in order of the work schedule on jlmaths.com. And I'll catch you in the next video.